In 2018, we embarked on the journey of a lifetime, living and traveling full-time in our self-converted van. We're gonna go for it. Join us as we continue to explore the beauty around us, one adventure at a time. Before we begin today's video, we wanted to give a huge shout out to Kathy, who opened her home to us in Marathon. Without Kathy's generosity, this adventure would not be possible. Thank you, Kathy.
We are currently on the island of Marathon, or the Key of Marathon, at Coco Plum Beach.
Welcome to the Florida Keys.
And Carrie's making us some hamburgers right now before we head down to the beach.
Cheeseburgers.
Cheeseburgers.
So I'm excited. This looks like a nice beach. We're gonna go explore it in a little bit. Are you gonna be able to fly the drone here?
I can fly the drone here.
Yay! Lunchtime and then playtime.
That's a burger.
On a ciabatta bun. That is the secret to a good burger, in my opinion, is a ciabatta roll. What do you think, Dave?
Oh yeah, it definitely puts it over the top. All right, so we are on the beach, and this is Coco Plum in Marathon Key. And we found pretty much our own little private section of the beach. There's hardly anyone here. This is January. It's fantastic weather. I think it's pretty close to 80 degrees. Feels hot in the sun. Rudolph's having a good time. And we found our own little area off to the side here. And it's hard to believe this time of year that I'd be looking for shade. But I'm poking back here in the trees. And we have our own little picnic table. It's the only picnic table I've seen anywhere around, hanging out here in the shade. So got the hammock hung up here, ready to kick back and just enjoy the day at the beach. I know Rudolph's enjoying it. He looks like a drowned rat.
Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your booty. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now you're good. Now you're good. Riddle. No. Tomorrow we leave Marathon and we head for Key West. And wouldn't you know it, a cold front's coming through. The locals were talking about it today. It's supposed to be in the low of 51 degrees. And they just think that's unheard of. Of course, a cold front would follow us to Key West. The old 7 Mile Bridge was constructed in the early 1900s as part of the Overseas Railroad. Vehicular travel stopped in the early 1980s when the new bridge was constructed. Most of the 7 Mile Bridge that you will see along this route is in disrepair, but this newly revamped, famous 2-mile section just west of Marathon is perfect for fishing, walking, jogging, bicycling, and it's the only route to Pigeon Key unless you have a boat. Pigeon Key is a small 5-acre island 2 miles west of Marathon. It lies beneath the old 7 Mile Bridge and was once home to 400 railroad workers from 1908 to 1912. Today, Pigeon Key is home to 8 historical buildings, a railroad museum, a bird sanctuary, and is a perfect snorkeling destination. Unfortunately, dogs are not allowed on this island. We are on the hunt for the key deer. We're on Big Pine Key, and
So they're an endangered species, right?
I think so.
And they're super tiny. Look at that little thing.
Deer chasing the car. Key deer, or America's smallest deer, is a subspecies of the American white-tailed deer. They live only in Florida and primarily in Big Pine Key. They are about the size of a large dog, and although their numbers are constant, they are still on the endangered species list. And while you are out here looking for the key deer, see if you can find this famous no-name bar. You'll have to experience this one in person.
So something caught my attention here as we pulled into this park, and it's not that cruise ship that you see over there, but it's this Coast Guard cutter that's over here. I think is this a museum, Carrie?
It is a museum.
We've heard this is a museum, so we may have to check it out depending on how much it costs. But you might be able to tell by the palm trees, the wind is blowing pretty hard right now, and we did have some snorkeling plans, and the wind waves are stirring up the shorelines and making the shorelines really hard to snorkel because you can't see. It's clouding up the water, but there's a lot more to do than snorkeling. So we're just gonna move on to the next thing. And of course, you know that I'm interested in anything that has to do with the Coast Guard because I was in the Coast Guard. I think we're gonna get wet, Carrie. It's coming right at us. What do you think, Rudel? You're not afraid of no rain, are you? Not afraid of no rain.
No way I'm snorkeling in this.
Yeah, it's almost starting to look black or something. The water's really dark right now.
I don't even want on a boat. I'll be sick for sure.
It's coming, Rudel.
Welcome to Key West.
Look at the palm trees.
Whoa!
Look how dark it got all of a sudden. Yep, time to go in. Starting to rain pretty hard. Terry's gonna be drenched. All right, let's get these fans closed up. Yep, the heavy rain is here. It's definitely not the coldest rain I've ever felt. Woohoo! Oh, Rudolph.
Did you like the rain? No, you didn't like the rain?
I wasn't sure about the whole process.
I want to stay next to my dad.
It was all a little scary, huh?
So I am super nervous. We are going to check into our camp spot, and we are checking into the Key West Naval Base.
Yeah, so usually you have to be retired military to get into these.
Are disabled.
Or disabled. And I'm a veteran, but I'm not either of those two. But we've heard if you have a VA medical card
With your picture on it, which Dave does.
that you can get in, but it's just like hearsay. We didn't actually verify it. So we may get denied. We'll just have to wait and see what happens.
And that's why I'm so nervous. I have the utmost respect for military personnel. I don't want to waste their time. But if we get denied, it'll be a very quick trip in Key West.
Sure enough, we got denied. You have to have a service connection, and it has to be printed on the VA medical card. So you have to have some kind of illness or injury when you were in the service, and it has to be documented on your card.
Or retired.
Or retired.
Which we are neither one of those.
Yep.
Or Dave is neither one of those.
Yep, just a veteran, so we cannot use that service. But just we know now, and we can pass that on to others as well.
Yeah.
That makes our trip to Key West
very short.
very short.
So we're gonna go back into town. It's raining. We're gonna put our ponchos on, get our pictures with the southernmost point buoy.
Yeah.
Maybe have dinner.
And then we're heading
back to Marathon.
we're heading out.
Well, we tried.
Yeah, things don't always work out, but we did learn.
We did.
You're still with me all the time. Oh, how long will I have to wait? How long have we been too late? Now I wish that we never met, so that I don't have to try to forget you.
Well, our plans didn't work out, but we're not letting that stop us from having a good time. The clouds have cleared, the sun has come out.
We found a place to eat where we can have Rudel with us, and the food looks delicious.
We have lobster pizza and truffle french fries, and you very rarely will see me with a margarita, but special occasion, we're at Key West, I ordered one.
Time to dig in.
Mm-hmm. The whole family's out for dinner.
The whole family, Rudel. Everybody gets to celebrate. Yep.
Riddle? The lobster pizza is to die for.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I'm not sure if I've ever had lobster pizza before, but it's definitely the best I've had.
Mm-hmm. You may have noticed that Dave did not order a drink, and that's because he knows me well. He knows that's all I can drink, and then he's gonna have to finish it.
If I have to.
You can't come to Key West and not get key lime pie. That's what David's been waiting on. Is it worth it? Worth the wait?
That's the good stuff.
We're walking on the wild side tonight. Margarita and pie.
I really enjoyed going swimming in the ocean in the month of January. Usually don't get a chance to swim this time of year. So that was definitely one of the high points for me.
Now the water is still kind of chilly though.
Only at first, but then you get used to it.
The weather has been phenomenal. I have to keep reminding myself it's January and the rest of the country is having winter.
Yeah.
So that is probably the best thing about the Keys is you can just relax on the beach, in the sun, in the shade, whatever your heart's desire is, put your hammock up. That's pretty nice.
Yeah. Especially here in Marathon, it's very dog friendly.
Yes.
And it doesn't seem overcrowded.
Okay, so you take two people who are boondockers, who are usually out in the boonies, and you throw them into Key West where there is no legitimate boondocking. It's a little bit of a shock for us.
Yeah. Yeah, you will see people stealth camping and finding places where they can get away with camping, but nothing that we can show you to come here and, you know, be able to camp without worrying about a knock on the door.
Yeah, and nothing that we want to do. We want to be able to relax and not worry about getting the knock.
Yep.
So we want to thank Kathy so much. She opened her house up to us in Marathon, allowed us to stay a few days here, and we are beyond grateful.
Yeah, we couldn't have done it without you. Thank you.
Absolutely, yeah. Okay, so if you're coming to Key West, what do you need to know?
Make yourself some plans to get out on the water, because I think that's what the Keys is all about. Maybe it's a charter boat and you go fishing. Maybe it's a tour where you go out and go snorkeling or watch the dolphins or just go for a sunset cruise. But
I think that is a must. Yeah. You're gonna have to, and the tours aren't that expensive unless you want to rent a boat to go out. Which
we considered that because we could have taken Rudel with us, but that was way out of our price range.
Yeah, absolutely. The excursions are really not super pricey, but then what do you do with your dog when you're living a nomadic life? And a lot of the times it was close to 80 degrees, so you just can't leave him in the vehicle.
No.
So that was a little hard for us. We sometimes talk about sacrifices on the road with a dog. That is definitely one of them. And when you're in an epic place like Florida Keys, you don't want to go out on a snorkeling tour by yourself.
Yeah, like I could have stayed and watched Rudel and Carrie could have went snorkeling, but...
So anyway, the weather did not work in our favor, so we did not get to do that. But if you come, really try to make that happen. We were going to bite the bullet and do it in Key West, and you saw the day that we got there that it was stormy. There are people who will watch your dog through Rover. There was a lady in Key West that could watch him, but then the storm rolled in and that pretty much canceled that.
Yep.
And our lodging fell through, and then that canceled the rest of Key West.
So we had a pretty short trip here. We're definitely not experts on the Keys. This is our first time, but we did learn a lot.
Yeah. Stop and find the key deer. That was really cool. You have to be patient and go really slow, and they will come out of the bushes and find you.
Yeah, that's what yeah.
If you're in Marathon, there are a lot of touristy things to do. Do them. Rent a bike. One thing that I really regret not doing, and it didn't work out when we were here, is rent bikes, ride out the 7 Mile Bridge to Pigeon Key, do the tour, and then snorkel around the island.
Yeah.
Now, dogs are not allowed on the island, so that's what stopped us from doing that. But I think that would have been the highlight of the trip, doing that.
Right.
So, you know, you have to be flexible. We had a good time anyway. Hit some of the local restaurants, which we usually don't do. Birdines in Marathon.
Yeah, get the basket of French fries. They're just perfect.
Yes. Now, we went to several different keys and checked out a few different things, and everywhere we went, people said, go to Birdines in Marathon.
Yep.
And of course, the southernmost cafe in Key West was phenomenal. The service was fantastic.
It was outside on the beach.
Rudel got to come with us. The lobster pizza was to die for. So, I mean, we still had a good time in Key West, even though we were only there, I don't know, a few hours.
If we do it again, we're gonna get out on some kind of a boat and do an excursion.
Absolutely, even if we have to bite the bullet and pay for it for a day excursion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we hope we showed you some of what Key West has to offer. I feel like we're not showing you a true representation because, like Dave said, You really got to be out on the water doing those excursions, I think.
I think so too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we thank you for watching our video, and we will see you next week.
Kathy bought Rudel. Oh gosh, Rudel. Kathy bought Rudel some treats. They're called Dogsters. And it's it's ice cream treats for dogs. And he is absolutely bonkers over it. Huh. Okay, let's open it up. A little ice cream in a cup. Oh. Rudel loves them, huh? Kathy spoiled you. Yes. That'll keep him busy for a good 5 minutes.
If you would like to support our channel, please consider becoming a patron, or check out our new merchandise at oneadvantureatatime.com. We also have stickers available in our website store. Thank you for watching.